Hello, this is Tony Gordon from T. Gordon Salon Talks, and I want to introduce you to Anne Butterly from Ireland and Dublin and Dundalk, right?
That's it.
Pretty close. But I wanted to bring her on because of Easydry towels. And this is a big thing for the salon industry. So Easydry towel is a premium towel made from eucalyptus, right?
Yes, it's made from eucalyptus wood fibre. So Easydry towels is a disposable towel. It's a new generation textile. So instead of a paper towel or a cotton towel, it's an Easydry towel. So it's very, very absorbent, very, very hygienic. It's 3 times more absorbent than a cotton towel. So it's replacing traditional cotton towels within the salon industry.
Yeah, how have people integrated this into their salons? I mean, really, how have they really brought it in?
I suppose I set up Easydry, it's actually going to be 15 years this October. So, and I developed the product. It took me 2 years to develop and patent the product. And during that time, I would have spent time with salon owners in Dublin and throughout Ireland.
And you have a patent on this?
Yes, so it would have been designing the product so that it could be used within the salon and that it would be absorbent for all lengths of hair and all textures of hair. So, covering the different textures globally of hair within, I suppose, the industry, so that it's very, very absorbent. And when you use the towel, you can block dry. So it's actually very good.
It almost feels like a felt or like a chamois or something.
It's actually very silky, and that was part of it. That I wanted to develop a towel that one was very absorbent, so that it worked. And that's why I said I actually worked with hairdressers, and we went back and forth with the material to make sure that the absorbency was right. So that's why it actually took me a year and a half.
You're using this all over the world.
Yes, we're in 26 countries at this stage.
Yeah, so all types of hair, ethnic hair.
So we have straight hair, curly hair, wavy hair,
Right,
so
and you're throughout the Middle East and Europe and Africa even, and North America.
Yes,
right.
So, and the key thing was that we would have one product that could actually be used globally, and it would have the right absorbency level for somebody that has, straight fine hair like myself, for somebody that has thick, curly, wavy hair. So it covers, and actually, like you said, we're in the Middle East, so some people have very, very long, hair as well. So one towel will actually dry the hair. The technology within Easydry is a water wave technology. So what we actually do is, we use high pressure jets to entangle the fibre. And then from that, we've also introduced it's UATT technology. It's actually anti-tear technology, which means when the towel gets wet, it's very, very strong. So when you're drying somebody with really, really long hair, the towel won't break down in the hair. So it's very, very strong and very absorbent. The technology means that you actually have to pat dry the hair, and because you're actually pat drying the hair, you don't rough up the hair cuticle.
So you actually just you don't do this.
No.
You just squeeze.
Yeah, so you don't disrupt the hair cuticle, so it's actually much better for the client and the client's hair.
I see.
So that was, I suppose, why it took me a year and a half working with hairdressers.
Yeah, and
because,
what's your background? That it's almost like you're an engineer or something. What do you?
Well, actually, most of my family are engineers.
Are they?
So there's a very strong scientific and engineering background on my mum's side. So that maybe is where I suppose the problem solving comes from. So my background would have been, did a business degree, did a master's degree, went into marketing companies. It would have been in the technology side. So when I developed this product, it was actually seeing that there was a gap in the market. My friend was colouring her hair in our house, and actually, had stained cotton towels, and actually, and this was in between going to salon services.
We all know what that is. So, the salon industry, stained towels.
Stained towels. So I actually asked her from the marketing perspective, surely there's something you can buy to, that you don't have to stain your towel, you don't have to wear an old t-shirt, and she said, no, there's nothing, and then when I actually, the marketing brain kicked in, so I kind of looked and I discovered, there's 3,000 hair salons in Ireland, there's 30,000 in the UK, there's over 200,000 in the US. So I said that, well, could I develop a product? And I talked to hairdressers and said, well, is this an issue? If it's an issue for somebody that's, colouring their hair at home, then surely it's an issue in the, the hairdressing industry. And actually, the result was that, they said yes. Not only is it an issue because it's really hard to keep towels clean and fresh and looking right in the salon, but also that the amount of time it takes up in the salon. and they were constantly washing and drying cotton towels. So the salon owners were basically saying it was the bane of their life, that they were constantly had somebody in the back washing and drying towels, or they were taking them home themselves, or they were paying for an expensive, laundry external
that's true.
towel
A lot
service.
of people do that.
So when I said about it, the key thing was in Ireland 15 years ago, we just introduced we got rid of the plastic bag. So there was a tax on this. There was a backlash against,
they did. In Ireland, there's no
15 years, yes. So you
no
have
plastic bag. So everybody walks around with a cloth bag. When you go to the grocery or something, you
can buy plastic bags, but it's a 22-cent tax. So people in Ireland
that's become the
learned.
case here in Chicago too. Yeah. In the city, they have that same thing.
So I think in the UK, it only came in about 2 or 3 years ago. But this has happened in Ireland, 13, 15 years ago. So what I quickly realised was if I was going to develop a product, if it was going to be disposable, it had to be environmental, sustainable.
Yeah. This whole thing was a concern over the environment, including the bags.
Yes. So it was kind of like how do we actually develop a product that gets, makes a convenient solution for the salon owner, is better for the client's hair, it's more hygienic, and it's sustainable. So it's environmentally sustainable, because I wanted Easydry to be a global company. So if it was going to be global, we were already, Sweden, Norway, Australia, Australia obviously for their own reasons, where we were dealing with the environmental impact.
So for places that have a water issue,
yes,
or where water is very expensive or at a premium, like let's say certain parts of California.
Yeah.
How much water does it save?
Well, if you're in a typical salon with a 4-stylist salon, would that be a typical size in the US? In the UK, it's between 4 and 8.
Not at the Gordon salons, but probably we're a little larger than that. But but probably in most salons in the US, I think that's probably typical. Yeah.
Well, in the UK, the typical salon is probably, like yourselves, it's 8, 12 plus. But the average across the whole 36,000 salons is 4. So we've kind of taken that as the average. So an average salon would save 15,000 gallons of water.
15,000 gallons.
Yeah. So if you take it in the US, that there is over 200,000 hair salons, and I was saying that even if we got 10,000 hair salons to switch to Easydry, you'd save 150 million gallons of water every year. So that's every single year that you would save that amount.
That's
that's only 10,000. So that's only 5% of the salon industry that you would actually save this amount a year.
Right.
One towel saves like 5 litres, because I'm from Europe, but 1 gallon. I've done that 1.25 gallons. Yeah. But that's for one towel. And like we say that typically in a salon, if they're using cotton towels, they're currently using anywhere from 2 if it's a hairdressing service, up to 3, 4, 5 if it's a cotton towel, if it's a colour service. With Easydry, we recommend you use 1 towel, and we can actually show everybody, because it is 3 times more absorbent. So 1 Easydry is equivalent to 3 cotton towels. So what we're basically saying is we can reduce reduce the number of towels you use for each service. It's a better client experience, because we can actually dry the hair, we blot dry, and we can actually wrap it, so the client actually prefers the hair service.
I have found that they are particularly good for blotting a permanent wave.
Yes, and we've actually heard that more when we're traveling. But it is actually very, very good, and it is the blotting action. And anybody that has curly, wavy, frizzy hair, actually, because Easydry, because you actually have the blot dry, it's very, very good.
Yeah. And what do you say about the people who might say, well, you've got to ship them from Ireland? What about that?
Well, is
that environmentally friendly?
Well, with Easydry, we have the FSC chain of custody. So we actually have analysed our whole production schedule from core raw material. Easydry, like we said, is we used managed forests, so from the end thing through to production, and the carbon footprint of 1 Easydry towel is less than washing and drying 1 cotton towel once. So we've actually done the analysis. Even if you take it in a 40-foot container, you can fit 324,000 Easydry towels, and you can fit 40,000 cotton towels. But we've included all that analysis in our environmental cycle.
Okay. And that's fantastic. So what do you say about people who say, I use at least 2 towels per person, so I need 2 Easydry towels?
Well, 2 Easydry towels, even from, what we say is Easydry is changing the way the salon works. But if you change with us, you will actually have a much better client experience. It will be much easier for you to operate your salon.
Yeah, because some people really want, this big fluffy towel or something like that. But
that's part of the introduction, and we actually have the implementation. And when we talk and engage with the clients, we actually explain to them Easydry it's a new innovation, it's a new textile. So the way we dry the hair will actually be better for your hair cuticle. And once we engage and show salon owners how to introduce it to their clients, the clients actually understand it. Also, Easydry towel, it's a single-use towel. So the client knows that this towel has never been used on anybody else before. So it's the luxury aspect as well. So they know even though you've washed and dried your towels, they could still be stained because you're in the, the colour industry. Whereas with Easydry, it will never be stained because it's, the clean, fresh towel for every client every time. So clients, once you introduce it to them, and introduce it to them in the right way, it's like everything, it's change if you just put it on somebody and not tell them about it. Whereas if you introduce it to them, they actually get on board. They understand, like you were basically saying there, for your salon, you probably be saving 60,000 gallons of water each year, instead of, the 4 stylists. And that's only probably in one location. So if you go across your locations, you probably could be saving 250,000 litres of water or gallons of water each year.
My big thought was if somebody's starting out in a salon, and they might be able to avoid even building a washer and dryer unit in their location. That's where huge savings could really come into play. And maybe if they do have any other additional towels that they actually need, like a traditional towel, maybe they could do those in some other way. But the washer and dryer takes up space. It's expensive to maintain. There's an entire electrical and ventilation system that's required for it. And actually, if you're starting in a new space, I think that this would be a really, really viable option. Don't even put in a washer dryer.
Just go straight to Easydry.
Just go straight to Easydry. And Ann Butterly, I want to thank you for coming in. Thank you for letting us know about Easydry. The best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.